Alrighty, boys, welcome to another video. Yesterday I was in the heavyweight division, just playing around with Cain Velasquez. Just thinking about doing a fighter showcase for him. It's been a while since we used Cain, and I ran into this guy right here. I'm gonna show you guys the match. EK Hammer. Hammer is actually a former ESFL champion. You got to be at least decent, at the game to become an ESFL champion. So he's using Jon Jones. Jon Jones is a fighter that he's pretty good with. He's told me multiple times that he wants to compete against me, specifically in the light heavyweight division or heavyweight division. He does very good with Jon. And so when I ran into him with Jon Jones, and I was very excited, let's to see what his Jon Jones is like. After the match, though, he sent me a message and he wanted me to give him some pointers. So that is exactly what I'm going to do with this video. So as you can see, I'm using Cain Velasquez. He's using Jon Jones. And we're just going to watch the match. He tries to take me down right there. I deny it. Going into this, I already knew what to expect from him. I know that with Jon, he really favors takedowns. He loves using the clinch. He also loves that Osotogari trip, where you get a collar tie and you trip them with your lead leg. I know he really likes that trip. I know he also enjoys when he's using fighters like Jon Jones or Izzy. I know he loves to use his spins. And so going in, I knew what to expect. And so I was kind of just waiting for him to do some of those things that I knew that he was going to go for. Right there, I trip him, which is not good. That does not do a good job for your stamina at all. And just right away, I'm waiting for him to do something that I'm gonna take advantage of, like throw a spin, an ill-advised spin, maybe a forward moving front leg side kick or a lead leg side kick, or just do more of that. Because of course, especially in the heavyweight division, if you slip one of those or if you lunge away from, right there is the Osotogari. I'm able to deny that. He goes for a clinch again. He's going to try to pin me against the cage. And from there, he's going to look to throw that overhook. And he's going to throw it and try to take my back. I deny that. Get out of the clinch. He tries the Osotogari one more time. I deny that. I know what his sequences are, where he's gonna go. I know, okay, he misses that, he's gonna go to this next. He misses this, he'll go to that. So a lot of this is right there. I rock him again. I'm anticipating he's going to go for that cross into a rear leg side kick, and if you're able to sidestep that, you can do a lot of damage, especially in the heavyweight division. I also know that he can be pressured. I know if I put a lot of pressure on him, I can force him into longer boxing combinations that he actually wants to be engaged in. And so that's what I'm doing right here with Cain. I'm pinning him against the cage. I'm using jabs. He shoots, forcing him to lash out. I've said that before. It's always better when you're facing someone that wants to take you down to force them to shoot as opposed to letting them shoot on their own terms, because then you'll be able to defend those takedowns better. So this round is almost over. I'm pretty much forcing him into boxing scenarios while using Jon Jones, and that is going to be something that you definitely don't want to do. Some players can get away with it. Some players, you give them Jon Jones and they can find ways to box with Jon, but a majority of players, including myself, we don't do very well trying to box with Jon Jones for obvious reasons. Jon is not a boxer. His arms are too goddamn long. The punches are not gonna flow well. It's not gonna feel comfortable to you. So with Jon, when you throw punches, you want to focus most of your punches to the body, cleanly, not in a predictable way, and you want to use your kicks. Your focus should be mostly on kicks and mostly body work. As I rock him right there. Sorry about the weird random lag spikes that's stopping you from actually seeing the action. As I sit him down again. Right there, he went for a hook to the body without setting it up, which of course we were able to counter. Again, sorry about the random spikes. I'm actually recording this directly through Vegas Pro, to allow me to be able to fast forward and stop, and it's just easier for me to work. So there's small, tiny spikes in there that generally is not gonna be in the video. So sorry about that. All right, tag him to the body again. Right there, I can tell that he's pretty much running out of options, which is what happens. You know, it's normal. Send him back. He spins. You know, he's using these turn-in side kicks to the body, which again, I know for sure that it's gonna get him in trouble. It's only a matter of time. They really get you. It's a sort of strike. This is what he should be doing right here. What he's doing right here is the sort of strike he should be throwing. As I sit him down right there with the roundhouse to the head, we're going to get on top. Try to finish him. He does a very good job of defending ground and pound. We're going to go back. We're going to go back and talk about a few things so that if he does watches the video, he can get a few pointers from me. Because, you know, Jon Jones is a character that I'm very familiar with. Again, a lot of people use Jon Jones in different ways. Some people use Jon Jones and they mostly grapple, and they can be very, very dominant, man. Very dominant. Those guys do not need my help on how to use Jon Jones. But if what you want to do is strike with Jon Jones, I can definitely give you some pointers on how you can make him work for you, because it is not an easy thing to do. He whiffs that. There's a very good reason why he's whiffing these shots. You know, he's scaling the cage. He's moving. He's not giving me anything to worry about in terms of offense. Not enough, anyways. As I rock him right there, right here, he starts to make very bad mistakes. And I know he does this. You know, when he really gets pressured, he starts to make, as I sit him down, and the fight is over. Right there, while he was being pressured with boxing combos, he had his opponent directly on top of him. He looked to spin, which is, it's just ill-advised. It really is. So I knock him out with Cain Velasquez. Like I said, you know, he sent me a message pretty much saying, hey, can you give me some pointers? What can I do to get better? And I told him I'm going to react to the fight, and I'm going to give him some pointers. So let's go back. Let's go back here and watch this again. We're gonna watch it one more time, and as I watch it, I'm just gonna talk about my thought process with Jon, and hopefully this helps you out next time you use Jon Jones, especially if you're striking. So here we go. Now, what I'm gonna say, Hammer, starting things off, your game plan with Jon, which is mostly to try to get the fight to the ground. I know that your grappling is good. It's definitely better than your striking. Using Jon Jones predominantly as a grappler is not a bad idea at all. Like I said, there are a lot of players out there who do a very good job of grappling, of getting a grapple-heavy style with Jon Jones, so you can definitely do it. But if your grappling is not working, you need to understand that with Jon, you need to be the guy that's leading the dance. And I know that's really tough. It's really hard to be the one leading the dance, because a lot of times the way we lead the dance in UFC 4 is with boxing combinations. You jab, 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 you tee off with combos, you back them up, you pin him against the cage, you let your hands go, and you get him out of there. But with Jon, trying to do that with his boxing is very difficult. And so the way you need to lead the dance with Jon Jones is, one, understand that Jon Jones has really good health stats. Don't worry too much about his health stat. A lot of times I use Jon specifically to drag people into deep waters, because I know that in deep waters, there are very few characters in this game that can drown Jon Jones. So you're okay with that. Stand your ground. Focus on blocking, keeping yourself safe, and then use body shots. When I say body shots, focus on, if you and the opponent are in boxing range, throw a jab to the head, and then look for your lead hook to the body. Jab to the head, lead hook to the body. If the opponent backs up as you throw your jab, and lead hook to the body. When they back up, throw a teep. The teep backs them up a little bit more. You move forward. Try to keep the center of the octagon. Land the teep, move forward. Stay patient. If you see that there's an opening, land a front leg side kick, move forward. Now, for the front leg side kicks, I need you to remember this. It's gonna help you to not whiff just like that happened right there. If the opponent is circling in the direction of your heel, you can hit them. So, for example, if you want to throw a front leg side kick with your lead leg, you need to make sure the opponent is circling towards the heel of your foot, not the ball of your foot. So if you're in conventional stance, if you're in orthodox like Jon Jones is, and you want to throw the front leg side kick to the body, they either have to be coming at you in a straight line, standing. God damn, what's wrong with my eye? They either have to be coming at you in a straight line, standing still completely, or moving to your left, because when they move to your left, they're moving towards your heel. As long as they're moving towards your heel, you'll be able to land your front leg side kick from your lead leg. If you want to land the front leg side kick from the rear leg, it is the same thing. You need to make sure they are circling towards your heel. And so if you're Jon Jones in this sense and you're standing in the conventional stance, orthodox, then you want to throw it when they're circling to your right. So keep that in mind. Pay attention to where your opponent is circling. Don't just throw out a front leg side kick willy-nilly. You need to make sure, okay, they're circling in the right direction. Now I can go. Or they're standing still or they're moving forward, which is why the best times that I throw them is when I know my opponent is standing still, when they're literally coming at me, or when they're backing up directly, because I know I can land it then. If they're not doing either, then I wait to make sure that my opponent is circling in the right direction. Then I pick the right one. If they circle to my left, I throw the lead. Again, I throw the lead front leg side kick. If they're circling to my right, I throw the right front leg, the rear side kick to the body. So keep that in mind. Next thing, don't be afraid to use your knees. If the opponent is forcing you into boxing combinations, Jon Jones is one of those characters that, you can, if they're forcing their way on the inside, land a few knees to the body. That's definitely going to discourage them from doing that. Look for a spinning elbow from time to time. I'm not saying spam knee elbows, but remember that Jon Jones is a character that has very powerful elbows. You want to be using them. If you want to spin to the body, I would look to get a hit reaction first. And the way that I do this is I typically favor the left hook into a spin to the body. Because if I land that left hook, the left hook causes a small hit reaction. I know the opponent is going to be standing still from that hit reaction, and then I can spin and land to the body. A few things. Leg kicks with Jon Jones, hit or miss. The leg kicks might take you forever because of just how the game works. So you might get countered to the head with that, which is why I don't really throw a lot of leg kicks with Jon. So be very careful with that. But the biggest thing I would say is you do not want to be backing up against the cage the whole entire time, letting your opponent dictate the pace of the match. Jon Jones does not let anybody dictate the pace of the match. You dictate the pace of the match. If they're forcing their way in and they're constantly pressuring you, you need to be outworking your opponent, but not by throwing boxing combos to the head. Throw a jab to the head, fire off a shot to the body. Jab to the head, shot to the body. Knee to the body, a teep, front leg side kick. Single strikes, high variance. So singles, boom, boom, boom. Try to have the rhythm of your strike flow like this. You go boom, 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 just like that. Especially if they're right in front of you. Like right there, you're waiting too much. You're waiting too much. You should be teep. I enter the pocket, teep again. I get to the pocket, jab, left hook to the body. I enter the pocket again, teep again. Front leg. Create a wall between you and the opponent so that every single time they go to enter that pocket, they're running into a strike. And vary the attack. So you go from, a teep to the body, then a front kick to the face, teep to the body again, a spin to the body. cross to the body. You see how you're varying up the attack, but you're keeping it very consistent. If you do it like that, man, your striking with Jon Jones is definitely going to improve. I would suggest you go into a quick match, or if you have a buddy that you train with, definitely drag him into online and practice just striking. I know that you're really, your grappling with Jon is good, and if you can get people to the ground, you can do a lot of damage, but it's not always going to work out that way, and you need to be able to consistently beat high-level competition on the feet with Jon if you're going to be a Jon Jones player. All right, so hope that helped. I would also say don't show your hand too much. Try to be a bit more clever with what you're doing. So if your game plan, if the main thing you want to do is to drag the fight to the ground, maybe don't try in the first round. All right, in the first round, just make them think all you're doing is striking. That's it. I'm just gonna strike with you. Don't even let the opponent. Don't even let it come into their mind that you're thinking about grappling, so that when you finally shock them with it, it's going to be, you're gonna boom, you're just gonna hit it, and then that's it. Your grappling is good enough that you can keep them on the ground the whole entire round, but you need to make sure that when you shoot that takedown, you get it. If you want to use your Sotogari, don't show your hand right away. Like as soon as the fight starts out, you're hitting your Sotogari. No, keep that in the back pocket. Look at that as like, your finishing move. It's the thing you do when they're least expecting. So strike, 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 strike. When they're least expecting, hit them with what you actually want. Get them to the ground, and then make sure they do not get up. So try to work on those things, man, and you'll definitely be good. Anyways, I am going to leave it at that. Hope this helped you out. If it did, leave a like on the video, you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you would like to see next. And I will see you guys later with a brand new one. As always, stay safe. Peace out. Have a good one.